Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. Brought to you by Blue Sky Business Consulting. We discuss 5 questions in about 15 minutes. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. I am very excited to welcome our guest today. He comes from Madison, Wisconsin, and this is I'm going to refer to you as Dr. Daniel Tataje, and he is part of the Mercy Dental Group. He's the founder and owner and is a kind of a former dentist of sorts. He doesn't focus as much on actual dentistry as he used to, but he's doing some incredible things in the area of Madison, Wisconsin. And he's also a publisher he's an author, I should say, of a recently published book. So Daniel, tell us a little bit more about the book and all the things that you're doing with the Mercy Dental Group.
Yeah, so hi, Shawn. Thank you for having me. This is an amazing opportunity and conversation. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, so to tell you a little bit about the company, we are Mercy Dental Group is a group of 13 practices, but there were actually 17 acquisitions, 17 practices that we merged into 13. And yeah, we focus on patient care. The mission of Mercy Dental Group is to just use our talents to make a positive impact in the life of people. And we use dentistry as one of those talents, right? So, but we also, focus on building patient personal relationships and listening to our patients and just build this community. But yeah, and to tell you a little bit about my book is called Leader Humanity Needs, and what it is a book in leadership, but it is an invitation to the reader to step up to the plate and just lead the world to a better place. So it is the leader humanity needs is actually the reader. So I give him tools and I share my story, and that led me to the place I am today. I lead almost 140 team members here at Mercy Dental Group, and yeah, so that's what the book is about.
I love it. You and I are very aligned in our approach to leadership as far as it being a strengths-based to bring your talents and what you can do to lead in that way, in a very natural way for each person. I love that. Well, that's great. Congratulations on the book, and I wish it much success. So, okay, well, let's get started with our questions then. Our first question, Daniel, how can leaders create an environment of psychological safety?
Yeah, I think that one of the responsibilities of a leader is to make people understand their worth. I don't think that there's a lot of people that they don't know how valuable they are, how unique they are. So that's where I think leadership should start, in just making the understanding that everyone is unique and they have a unique background story to make them who they are. And that's step 1. Step 2 is to make sure that they understand this worth. So just our goal is to try to make them, flourish, to make them grow, provide the environment for them to flourish, right? So understand their worth, and I think that will be what will create the perfect environment for that.
Oh, that's great. I love that response. Thank you. Question number 2. Now, Daniel, when you think of all the people that have had an influence on you, think of the one person that's made kind of the most significant impact, and what's one word you would use to describe that person?
Yeah, well, I've been very fortunate in my life to just it's just hard to pick one person, right? So I have a lot of people that have given so much for me, and done so much for me. But if I have to pick one person, it's probably my 9th grade chemistry teacher. And I tell that story about in my book. But he was a person that was very sacrificial, and he lived his vocation to the fullest, right? So he actually made such a difference in my life that I can just tell you that he um, changed my future just by making me believe in myself.
Mm. Well, that's such a key part, because we have to be able to instill that in the people that we lead. And he obviously did that for you. And I love the fact that you're kind of passing that same spirit of what he taught to you to the people that you're leading in your group and others that you talk about in your book. So
That's right.
fantastic. Appreciate you recognizing him. Question number 3, share some of your thoughts about fostering a growth of a mindset growth in yourself or your team.
Yeah. So, well, growth is very important. Is something that I always promote. But the reason that the approach I have for growth is comes from a heart of gratitude. So I tell my people and I tell myself, like we are a result of people's sacrifices. So I always tell people, you someone gave up a little bit of their life for you, right? So someone invested something, taught you something, did something. Think about your parents, your teachers, your professors, friends, and even yourself. You invested a lot in your growth, right? So in yourself, and who made you who you are, right? What sacrifices brought you to this point, and a growth mindset should come from a heart of gratitude, because what are you doing with this gift, right? So someone gives you a gift. When someone gives you a gift, the best way to say thank you is to use that gift and to continue to nurture it, to grow. So growth is important because you, in a way, are honoring someone's sacrifice, someone that gave you something in your life. So I always tell my team, we are not perfect and we will never be perfect, but we strive for perfection. So we want to be better than yesterday, and tomorrow we will be better than today. So we continue to grow. So being or this imperfection is great because it provides this unlimited potential, right? So we continue to strive for growth and for that perfection that we'll never achieve, but you know.
Oh, I like that. Such great insights. And I love this idea that you shared, that because others have sacrificed and given to us, the best way to say thank you is to simply use that gift that they gave you and helped instill in you. I love that. That's a great.
That's right. There's a way to honor their
Yeah.
sacrifices, right? Think about all the people like your parents. I just mentioned my ninth grade teacher, Mr. Sarah. He
Right.
did so much for me and transformed my life. How I will never be able to repay him. So the way I can repay him is using what he did, the investment that he did for me, and just make a positive impact in the life of someone else and try to do the same for someone else.
Oh, I love that. That's such a great outlook on everything. Thank you for sharing that. All right, question number 4. What ideas do you have on how leaders can manage emotional wellness?
Yeah. So, well, I think that so you're asking about the leader's emotional wellness or the people's emotional wellness?
Both, actually, but yeah, just in general,
Yeah.
how can they manage emotional wellness? That's such a hot topic these days.
Yes. And I think the best approach for that is to live your life at the service of others.
Mm,
So focus on someone else's needs and live a life of service is something you sometimes a lot of the emotional burdens come from looking too much and of ourselves or thinking too much of ourselves. So in my book, I talk about service and humility as part of one of well, two of the 7 marks of leadership that I develop and explain in the book. But having a heart and a life for service is the way I think that you will it will give you this fulfillment, this emotional wellness,
yeah.
and by that living
Yeah.
a sacrificial life.
Oh, I love that. I love the idea of focusing more on others because it can be very tempting in today's world to just have it all be about me, 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 me.
Yeah.
But when you look at others and you do the best that you can to serve them in any capacity, that really does make a difference and it changes our outlook. I love that. All
Thank you.
right. Final question here. It's a baseball story. I understand that you have kind of a fun or funny baseball story. So, yeah, share with us what your experience was.
Well, I guess It's not, you know, I'm from Peru, right? So we don't watch soccer. I mean, baseball over there. We watch soccer. Is the main sport in Peru. So I've never been a baseball fan. So I was the first year I came here to the U.S. in 2003. As I was in Florida, and just my cousin tells me one day, hey, do you want to come to a baseball game with me? Like here, like whatever. Like we have an extra ticket. I'm sure. It's so I serious. This is game five. This was a huge deal. I went there and it was the Florida Marlins against the New York Yankees.
Yes.
And you know, this is the year that they won. These are the underdogs. Like everyone was like nuts in the stadium. Like they beat him. I was there, and it was like I became an instant baseball fan because of that environment. I was like, "Wait, you didn't tell me this is such a huge game, right?"
Yeah.
So it was such a great experience. I became a big Florida Marlins fan. And they won the World Series that year, the underdogs. You know, I remember thinking, you know, the whole team was cheaper than Derek Jeter salary. It was like
Yeah.
it was a huge deal. Yeah.
Well, you can tell, but I'm a huge baseball fan myself, and so I
I
remember
see
that
that.
series. That's right. Oh wow, you were even there, but didn't realize the magnitude of it. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
just came along, you know.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I'll just go. I'll hang out
Yeah.
with my friend here. We'll do that. Sure. Oh, that's a
Right.
great story. But you were wow, what a great game to be at, though. I vaguely remember that game, but
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It was great.
Well, Daniel,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking time to be on the podcast today. I really appreciate you sharing your insights and your wisdom with us today. How can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, well, they can just go to my website, danieltataje.com, and they can see all the stuff that I do there for, you know, they can have information for my book and the companies I lead and the nonprofit efforts that I participate on and all that. So yeah, danieltataje.com.
Fantastic. It's great what you're doing. I really appreciate. You're obviously very busy, so I very much appreciate you taking time
Thank
today.
you.
And thanks to all of you who are watching or listening. We encourage you to subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. We try to release one every week, and there's always more to learn about leadership. So thanks so much for joining us, and have a great day. This is Shawn Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. Be sure to follow or subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And for more leadership tips, pick up your copy of Rapid Fire Leadership by going to rapidfireleadership.com, where you can also download free resources to help you in your leadership role. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.